So no review video this week. That is if I successfully get this video out in time, because work has been shit, so I've been busy the whole week. I couldn't film the review video in time for another spring anime. So all I have is time to film this video of me chatting shit about another topic. And today I want to talk about how IGN, or at least one guy at IGN, really hates Demon Slayer. So yeah, I've been busy with work and also been watching the Olympics, so this news is a couple of weeks old, but IGN released their review for Demon Slayer Season 4. And in that review, they gave Demon Slayer, or at least the guy who wrote the article, gave Demon Slayer a 4 out of 10. Oh wait, no, it's not a 4, it's a 3. Did he bring the rating down because Demon Slayer fans kept hounding him over it? So yeah, this guy who works for IGN, who has reviewed other anime in the past, decided to give Demon Slayer Season 4 a 3 out of 10, which is just an insulting score to give Demon Slayer Season 4. And trust me, I am not a Demon Slayer fan. I enjoy what I get from Ufotable, but I am not diehard for this anime. In fact, this anime has pissed me off a couple of times, especially at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, where he has won Best Fantasy. And is this even really considered that much of a fantasy? It's more of a shonen, and it follows a lot of shonen tropes. So in my opinion, Demon Slayer is, the story at least, is kinda mid. Calm down, Demon Slayer fans. I know you don't like hearing that the story is mid, or that I consider the story to be mid, but it is very much a generic shonen anime propped up by great animation. Like, Ufotable really pulls out the stops when it comes to anime, whether it is the Fate Saga with unlimited budget works or this anime. Ufotable makes sure it has incredible animation at all times. Now, that being said, that great animation is visible only in Season 1, towards the end. You know, the whole Lisa's Gurenge just blowing up, and that's when Demon Slayer really blew up, and where a lot of fans kept jumping onto that anime. And it's irritated me a lot, because while the anime is good and while the animation is good, the story is mid, and it is really propped up by great animation, but people are here putting it on their top 10 lists of best anime of all time, which, look, Demon Slayer doesn't even make top 20 for me. And then they followed it up with the Mugen Train movie, which for me was like 80% mid. And then there's the Rengoku vs Akaza fight at the end, which is like a 10 out of 10. So it's 80%, a 6 out of 10, and then a 10 out of 10 at the end. I would consider that a 7 out of 10 movie just because of the high that it ends on. And then we move to the second season of the anime, and that's when Demon Slayer, I feel, hit its peak. Because from a story standpoint, from an animation standpoint, it was at its very best. Because the intrigue behind what was happening in the entertainment district, and also the fights that took place when they finally confronted the Upper Moons, was just top tier. But since then, Demon Slayer really hasn't hit that level, because the Swordsmith Village arc, while entertaining, did not have that level of animation. Especially the heavy use of 3D CG was not great. While it did have good animation, it just didn't hit those peaks. And also from a story standpoint, it feels like we're rushing a bit, because the power scaling has just gone whack. It took them so much effort to kill the lowest Upper Moon, and now they're killing the next two in line, just like easily within a season. So yeah, the power scaling went out of whack there for me. But that being said, now we have the Hashira training arc, which essentially acts as a filler arc. This is just a filler in between the 3 movies that will take place in the Infinity Castle. Now, I'm not a manga reader, so I don't know what happens in the Hashira training arc, but what the anime does is it gives us a backstory for the remaining Hashira that we have not gotten to know yet, and kind of builds Tanjiro's relationship with them. It kind of builds up Zenitsu as a character, it builds up Inosuke, and it just prepares everyone for this final fight that's about to take place. And again, back to the whole animation standpoint, while the animation for this season, while the animation for the Hashira training arc has been, again, kind of mediocre by Ufotable standards, Those last two episodes though, especially that last episode, they cooked until that last episode. They were waiting for the last episode to just drop that supreme animation bomb, and you know those movies are going to be incredibly well animated. So while this season was filler and a bit meandering, it still does not deserve a 3. Like, reading this guy's review, it's like, it says that it sacrifices momentum and depth for an absurdly long and meandering season that should have been a montage. Yeah, I disagree. It could have been shorter by an episode or 2. But again, this season started like in the middle of spring. It didn't start at the beginning, so it was like 8 episodes long. And that's not that long, and it just gives us enough time to get to know some of the Hashira and what motivates them. So yeah, you could say the plot is meandering, that the plot is static, and that it really doesn't move forward. But giving it a 3? Why? What did Demon Slayer do to you? Like, I dislike Demon Slayer in certain aspects, especially the fan base that goes ravenous for its content. But a 3? Like, for me, at the very worst, I would give it a 5 because it's just an okay season. But to give a 3, you must really think this is really, really bad. And judging from this guy's other reviews that I've just taken a glance at, he's definitely a plot fan. Like, if there is no plot progression, he thinks it's just garbage, apparently. And so Demon Slayer Season 4 with pretty much little to none plot progression is trash to him. But then again, I digress. Who actually cares about IGN reviews? They've kind of made a name for themselves of being not reliable when it comes to reviewing. Like, they're really, really hit or miss, and mostly miss. So people don't really take this rating to heart. But still, a 3! So yeah, if you want my rating for Demon Slayer Season 4, I give it a 5 out of 10. Definitely not a 3. Like, I can't get over a 3. Like, I saw 4. I remember seeing 4. But now it's a 3. Like, did the Demon Slayer fans just come after you, dude? I wouldn't be surprised because they are rabid, but damn, a 3. Anyway, that's it for me ranting about IGN's review of Demon Slayer 4 and doing a sort of pseudo review for Demon Slayer for me. And if you enjoyed what you've seen here, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll see you in the next video, which is hopefully a review. Hopefully I can get a review out.